Cheers. I think you can hear the weather outside. The weather has been crazy recently. This right now, you might hear some thunder and lightning in a moment. Right now, you just got a lot of rain. But a couple days ago, we had the craziest typhoon in. I just was told this was the most severe typhoon in Chiayi City history in 120 years. This happened a couple days ago. I slept on it. I did not worry about it because I've been living in Taiwan for 3 years. I've gone through a lot of typhoons in Kaohsiung and up in Taoyuan and even here in Chiayi City, and they've always been somewhat lackluster. I've just been happy to get lackluster for me and my situation, not lackluster for other people. There's, the typhoons hit some areas harder than others. Perhaps it's just naivete. Perhaps I just have been lucky. But I've never really taken these typhoons seriously. But this last one gripped me, tore my soul down to its yellow core. I was frightened. I was ready to get religious again. I was laying in bed around midnight just going, oh my God, am I gonna die? My building was shaking. The wind was so strong. I live on the top floor. And the roof makes noises even just on a windy day, but my roof was making death noises like a score of banshees screaming death. It's one of those things, we like to look back at our primitive ancestors and say they were so superstitious with relating nature to the gods, but this one really made me think about man's relationship with nature, how we are so blessed by nature, but how we are so threatened by nature. This typhoon, now I said it was the most severe typhoon in Chiayi history in 120 years. I think that's according to the wind. The wind, maybe not rain, but as you can hear, the rain is coming down now. I'm just going to show you guys a footage of my balcony. I have these storage containers. There's shelves in them. They're quite large. And I put a lot of stuff in them because I got this huge balcony. And the typhoon completely toppled them. Almost, goodness gracious. I mean, thank God they didn't actually fall off. I have a lot of stuff in those things. And they're waterproof. I paid a lot of money for them. You can see my clothesline. My clothesline almost flew off the balcony. I lost a pair of jeans. Don't know where they are. Lost my girlfriend's slippers. I was worried about my scooter. When a typhoon comes, when heavy wind comes, you're supposed to use one type of kickstand. It's the heavy duty kickstand. But I've become lazy. And I've just used the regular kickstand, which I just totally slept on this typhoon. I didn't think it was going to be a big one because there was a typhoon day. I believe it was Sunday, I think it was Sunday, and the weather looked fine. And then I didn't realize it was going to come at midnight. I just used the regular kickstand. So I was worried about my scooter. I go outside. And my scooter had scratches. Because it fell over. But thankfully, my landlord righted it alongside a neighbor. I've become friends with this neighbor across the street. He's a very interesting guy. Him and my landlord worked at 1:30 a.m. to right all of the scooters. But I feel blessed and in compared to other people. Other people have had their houses destroyed. I think probably a couple people have lost their lives. Businesses ruined. Buildings partly collapsed. Trees collapsed. Roads blocked. I mean, the typhoon was just insane. And then, the typhoon's supposed to be over, but look at all this rain. Look at this lightning. It's absolutely crazy. And I'm supposed to be running around buying last minute things, getting last minute things ready. Well, thank God everything has mostly been taken care of. Here is a picture of my shopping cart yesterday of some of the stuff I'm going to bring back to share. I've got spicy duck blood. I've got Sichuan pepper peanuts, Sichuan pepper Doritos. If you guys don't know what Sichuan pepper is, Sichuan peppercorn is the best spice. It's our typical red pepper spicy, but mixed with this special peppercorn that makes your mouth numb. It's my favorite taste. So I've had these peanuts and these Doritos before. They're fantastic. I've got some of the Taiwanese alcohol that is called Gaoliang. It's a rice wine. I got a couple nice boxes for a couple people. I've got egg rolls. I've got bubble milk tea cakes. I've got these really good chocolate cream cookies that you can only find in Taiwan. And I would like to get more, but I'm not going to go out right now. And there's other stuff you got to get taken care of. Like I wanted to buy US dollars because my US bank account gets lower and lower every time I use my credit card, international credit card, and every time I send money to my ex-wife in Japan, I use that bank account. So today I bought 9,000 US dollars, which my exchange rate was 29.29 Taiwanese dollars to $1 US, which, let me tell you guys, I don't know if anyone has told you recently, but the Taiwanese dollar versus the US dollar has been really good recently. It's been quite good. When I came here, it was 32 Taiwanese dollars to $1 US. So now, under 29, it's good for me because I make Taiwanese dollars. So changing money into USD was better for me this year than last year. So I'm going to take those $9,000 back home to America and try to deposit it into my bank account without getting robbed. Last year when I went to go deposit them in my bank, there was a bunch of meth heads and homeless, and one of the guys was throwing whipping whips right outside the bank. I'm looking forward to America, but there are some things I like about Taiwan. Not to say that Taiwan doesn't have people with amphetamine problems and crime, but it's just a lot safer here. I had to get my new ARC, and that was funny because I was supposed to pick it up a week ago, and I completely forgot. So I go to pick it up today. Well, actually, first I go to the bank to get the money, and they say, "Oh, we need your new ARC." I had my old ARC. I'm like, "Okay." So I go get my new ARC, and they're like, "Where's your?" I'm like, "I'm here to pick up my new ARC. Here's my old one." And they go, "Where's your receipt?" I say, "Don't got it." And immediately I thought, "Oh, maybe I have it, but it's back in my apartment." And they're like, "Yes, you have your receipt. Where's your receipt?" I say, "I don't got it." And she goes, "But you have it, right?" I say, "No, I don't." Okay? And she goes and gets her manager at this immigration office. And the manager, who speaks good English, says, "Where's your receipt?" And I'm like, "Don't got it." She's like, "Yes, you do." I say, "No, I don't." Well, this went on for a little while. And finally, I say, "Can't you get it without my receipt? Can't you just look up my name?" She goes, "It'll take a very long time to find it without your receipt." I say, "Well, maybe I got my receipt, but I don't know where it is." True story. And she just kind of looks unpleasant, doesn't respond to that. And then within the next 60 seconds, they just flip through these pages and found my ARC. I mean, they were just stuck on this need for a receipt. You got to follow the format, follow the rules. This is something that kind of bothers me. Like, okay, here's another thing. So I get my ARC, go get the money, and then I come home, and I can't check in to my flight on Starlux. It's within 48 hours. So I call customer service, call them up in Taipei, get the English helpline, and he says, the reason you can't is because your passport, your name is Ryan Christopher Freeman, and under the ticket, it's just Ryan Freeman. You entered it wrong. You should have put your middle name. I said, yeah, buddy, but I know my middle name's Christopher. But when I bought the ticket for the ticket name, it said family name, so I put in Freeman. Under the next part, it says first name / given name. No S. First name / given name. So I put Ryan. Under my passport, it says last name and given names with an S. If they had said given names, I would have said Ryan Christopher, because that's my first given name and my middle given name. So I was, I've just described all this stuff I've been doing at the bank and immigration office. I tried to fight a little bit, but eventually it's like, look, I don't care, buddy. Here's 300 NTD. Just fix it, okay? Fix it. So I had to pay $10 US to fix this thing. But the benefit is he selected my seats for me because, I'm recovering this shoulder, so I want the window on my left side so I can sleep that way. Anyway, so seats selected, everything's good with the ticket, and then I just booked my HSR ticket because I will have to go on the high-speed rail in Jiayi City and zoom up to Taoyuan HSR and then take the airport train to the airport. All very cool. Taiwan is actually one of the coolest countries for getting to the airport. Super easy, convenient. You can order all these tickets online. And even if they're out of tickets, you can get a non-reserve seat. So, but my girlfriend's been having a little car issues because she has to borrow a family car, and I don't know if she's going to be able to drive me tomorrow. And the HSR station in most cities is, not all cities, but most cities is fairly easy to get to, but not the one in Jiayi. It's one you kind of have to drive to. But she gave me this bus schedule, told me where to take the bus, how to check the bus time. So if I can't get a ride from her, which will break my heart, I understand. She's got some family issues. I will take this bus called the BRT, very close from my house, and they go every 20 minutes, so not worried about that. I'll probably be leaving this house in about 20 hours from now. This is my last night here for a few weeks, okay? It's been weird. It's been odd. Driving around Jiayi City right now, it just looks like a destruction zone. There's just trash everywhere, glass everywhere, trees on the road. I haven't been able to see my girlfriend because of the family issues, and not to mention the weather. Oh my God, my balcony is flooded. So I have to go take care of that, because you got to worry about these drains. So anyways, just saying, some of the issues that you have to deal with here in Taiwan, the weather. Also today I signed my new contract. And they signed it, so I've got a signed contract. So that's cool. Coming back to the same school, and let me tell you, I'm a hard negotiator. And sometimes that's a little uncomfortable, but sometimes you get some good things. Gonna leave it at that. All is well. All is well. I need to pack, need to get ready. And I'm gonna edit this video on my new computer. I bought a new computer here in Taiwan. I had spent months researching this, debating between whether buying it in America or Taiwan. Finally decided to buy this one in Taiwan. And the experience was fantastic. Walked into the store, was able to haggle, got it reduced 7,000 new Taiwanese dollars, about a little over $200. Wanted them to add 2 terabytes in. It comes with 1 terabyte. They added 2 terabytes for 4,500 NT, so $150. So it's got 3 terabytes. Beautiful computer. I got this because I want to take it to work next year so I can edit videos and maybe do a little gaming. Because I'm going to be buying a new action camera in America. The prices are cheaper when I go back in a couple days, so I can make better content for you guys. So please give me a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys are staying dry and your scooters don't fall over and get scratched. And thank you. I will see you next time. My name's Ryan. Bye-bye.